Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite eShop deals covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now this video, it is any price goes, so if you want the more budget side of things, do check out Thursday's edition where I keep everything sub $10 or your local currency. As always then, I do have two winners to announce as we go through today's video. That is for two $10 eShop gift cards, and then of course I do have two more to give away. As always, to enter, it's simple, just drop a comment down below and I'll be choosing the winners in next Saturday's video. This week though, I do have something a little bit extra as well. I actually have a game to give away, but more on that coming up later in this one, so do stick around. With that though, like, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So kicking us off this week, Hotshot Racing. I loved this game. It's matching the all-time low here with 40% off. Arcade style racing with that old school low poly visual style. It's kind of reminiscent of your Virtua Racers of the world. This one, it's offering single player, local wireless and online play. Though I will say with online, it's the Switch. I'd probably pick it up with friends if that's what you're looking for. It's just arcade through and through though, you know, a whole lot of rubber banding, but it kind of kept it exciting for me. And yeah, I genuinely just really enjoyed it. It even got a free update with some extra modes and 4 new tracks. I'll link my full review below, just in case this one piques your curiosity. Panzer Dragoon Remake then, it came out to what I would call mixed reviews this one, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I ended up getting on with the controls. They for sure kept to the source material with nearly everything visually remaining identical, though of course, you know, considerably improved. But for the most part, this one, it's an on-rails shooter. You're piloting a dragon and you're going to find some minor movement around the screen. It's not a long game, this one, maybe an hour or so for that first run, but it's designed to keep you coming back, you know, to improve on past performance. And I personally think this is a steal with 75% off. Alright, so Immortals Fenyx Rising seems like it wasn't the biggest of successes, or at least that's how it seems from its consistent price drops, but I'm an advocate for this one and I think it deserves a bit more love than it received. Think here, Breath of the Wild influences and a story of gods, and yeah, basically you're this demigod and you're trying to save the Greek gods and this world. It looks and plays fantastic on the Switch, so I think it's worth this new low of 50% off. And while it's not available on the eShops in the UK, EU and Australia, you can grab it across all regions right now physically at Amazon for this same 50% off. Pumpkin Jack is back on sale then with 34% off, and this is one of the better old school 3D platformers out there. It's think Nightmare Before Christmas, the platformer in style, and that is never a bad thing. There's a few annoying on rail sections throughout the game, but they are minor, but they kind of feel, if anything, more luck based than skill based. Otherwise though, look, it's a great little story with some fun platforming, some decent combat, and also the soundtrack here is absolutely stunning. Giving this one also a shout out this week, because if you want 3D platforming, you should be heading somewhere like this and not the disaster that is, you know, Balan Wonderworld, which just released. I'll be covering that in probably the next day or two on the channel. Not going to be for everyone then, but Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, it's rocking 50% off. There's for sure some mixed opinions out there on this one, but honestly, look, I didn't actually mind it. It was originally a VR title, and for sure a few of the modes contained here, they don't really work that well, but the core experience, you know, the Freddy you know, I thought it was fine, and it was fun just to revisit these new cleaned up visuals once I kind of got the new controls down. I definitely wouldn't start here if you're new to the series, go for the much cheaper options, that's the classics, but no doubt, look, there's fans out there this series and you may want to jump in given this like 50% off. Alright, so before our first winner then of the week, Ashen's on sale with a new all-time low of 65% off. It's a great Souls-like, so think stamina-based combat, and you're exploring an open world taking on all just manner of monsters. Come here though if you like a challenge and you like a whole lot of, you know, crafting, exploration, combat, all that good stuff. Just a heads up with this one, it says co-op, and that's sort of the case. Watch a full-on dedicated review first just to get an idea of how the passive co-op here specifically works. Great game though, and the DLC Nightstorm Isle, I'm picking that up myself. It's also on sale for 65% off, which makes it, I think it was like $3 or $4, so an absolute steal. So our first winner of the week then, that is Tamalika420, who's grabbing Scott Pilgrim, which was a popular one last week, and understandably so. It's a great side-scrolling beat-em-up. It was long overdue to be back on consoles, and it is still on sale this week with 20% off, and it's, yeah, absolutely worth it. Congrats to Tamalika, drop me an email to claim your code, and of course, like this week, there's not only a second winner coming up still in the video, but also a whole extra giveaway that I'll be announcing here shortly. Next up then, strategy fans, Peaky Blinders Mastermind is on sale, and this is a whole lot better than I went in expecting, you know, from a licensed video game on a TV series, but it's, yeah, honestly, like I thought it was something a little bit special. The performance can be a little rocky, the frame rate, but the story is solid throughout. You won't need to know the show, but it will for sure help you. And then they just capture the, you know, the style and the swagger of it all. No voice acting, sadly, that definitely would have elevated things, but what's really unique here, the strategy, it's designed around a movable, like, timeline at the bottom of the screen. It's a very weird game to almost explain quickly, so what I will say here is check out a full review, but it's well worth the 50% off it's offering right now. Team 17 then, they are bringing the deals again this week, and first the Survivalists with a new all-time low of 33% off. You can also grab the deluxe edition of this same game for like a couple of extra dollars if that's, you know, more your speed. It's just throwing in a bit of extra DLC, nothing though that I would call game changing. The core concept though, amazing. It's built around the escapist engine, and basically you will find yourself shipwrecked, and now you need to simply survive and even potentially escape, as you're going to be crafting, battling, sailing around islands. And the best thing about this one, it's actually the co-op. Me and a few friends, we jumped into co-op. We love this one, and I have a whole lot of footage of that in my review on the channel. Then a more recent Team 17 release, this is Monster Sanctuary, and the tagline of this one just sums it up near perfectly. Metroidvania meets Monster Tamer, so collect, train and battle monsters in what is a side-scrolling pixel-style 2D world. With a ton of monsters to battle though, 3 versus 3 combat, and then you can choose your, you know, teams. I was, yeah, really impressed. You can even actually take the battles online as well and battle players, you know, your friends if they've got the game as well, and I thought that was a very cool feature. I weren't sure if I was going to like it going in, honestly, but walked away really impressed, and it's well worth a look with this 25% off. For Team 17 then as well, I will say maybe take a look at Neon Abyss and Crown Trick, which are both on sale right now as well with all-time lows. Alright, so as I said, I have another giveaway for you this week, and that game is Root Film from P-Cube. It's an investigative visual novel, so think almost Fenyx, right? You're kind of investigating, you're interrogating people, you're moving around different locations. It is a visual novel, but a little bit more involved. I did review it fully though on the channel last week. If you want to check that out, it is also on sale right now. What I will say though is if you want a chance to win a copy, I'm going to keep it simple. With your comment down below, all you need to do is put in there RF, just like you see on screen right now, and I'm going to filter the comments for this one for that tag. So just because it's basically, you know, a visual novel, so it's not going to be for everyone. So I want to make sure everyone that enters is interested in the game. I'll announce the winner of this one though in Thursday's episode of 10 Under $10. Metroidvania fans then, maybe check out Figo The Longest Night. This one's for sure not an easy game. The combat's challenging, and even just figuring out the world, the map, I found it was a little bit more elevated in difficulty than most in the genre. That all said though, look, it also has a very cool gothic-like setting that gave me almost that Sultan Sanctuary vibe, for those that know that one, and it is for sure rewarding. The only warning I will give you with this one though, on my playthrough, I did encounter the occasional frame rate drop here and there, and I also had a couple of hard crashes that it for sure, you know, impacted the old enjoyment, but I still didn't regret my time with the game, and this 25% off, it is now the lowest price ever. So before our second winner of the week then, my pickup, and I actually grabbed a recent release, that is Genesis Noir. Really enjoying it, nearly wrapped it up in fact, and I will be dropping a review of this one here on the channel tomorrow for you all, as I figure there's honestly not a lot of coverage out there yet. But it's a noir adventure through what is time and space, and you're basically just out to save your loved one. It's got this very cool visual style, really nice music, and yeah, I just like this launch discount of 20% off. Expect to see, as I said, a review here tomorrow, and I will link it along with all the other reviews from today's video in the pinned comment down below. So our second winner of the week then, that is Joe the Two Toes, hell of a name, and also Scott Pilgrim choice here. As I said, a good percentage of the comments last week revolved around this game, and understandably so. Congrats to Joe, drop me an email, and everyone else, remember to drop that comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. So our penultimate game of the week then, that is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, a fantastic use of both licenses, a great turn-based strategy entry that's now rocking a new all-time low of 83% off. If you like the genre but you're a bit unsure of this custom mode, do not worry about it, it is absolutely awesome. You can also grab the gold edition, which I would suggest honestly, it's like a few extra dollars, and that throws in then new solo challenges, you've got co-op maps, you've got new weapons, and it all has the season pass as well. I wish I actually grabbed that personally, but I also kind of grabbed it back at release, so it was a hell of a lot more expensive than this and nowhere near this cheap. So our final game of the week then, easy pick, Bluefire is back with its first sale since the launch discount, and now it's offering 20% off. It marks a new all-time low. It's actually pretty challenging as games go, but if the idea of 3D Hollow Knight appeals to you, this is going to be the game for you. I had a blast with it though, as you kind of explore this now, what is nearly abandoned world I'll say, but the platforming, the combat is absolutely top quality. It's just so accurate, and you're consistently growing and evolving, and yeah, just a real rewarding ride, this one, that I could not put down from start to finish. And that's it, another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week? It was Genesis Noir for me. It was just kind of a nice change of pace from, Monster Hunter that's pretty much had me occupied since it dropped. With that though, a shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below, along with all the new Twitch links as well. We're streaming there near nightly, and this entire week coming up, it's going to be all about Monster Hunter. With that though, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.